then went on to become a pioneer in the accounting field. You then went on to actually fight for the changes, which then allowed more black people to come in. Talk to me about that.
Trevor, there were 2 blacks who passed the exam a year before us. Our year, there were 4 of us. And I think the following year, there were 6 or 8 of us. So we were really an unknown quantity. Mm-hmm. But I think having passed, you then had to get your certification. Mm-hmm. So we got the 2 who passed before us, and then our 4, then the next group. So almost we were sandwiched between these 2 groups, but there were only 2. One of them worked for the same firm as myself, and then on finishing the training, you then get registered. So we got registered, and the group behind us started getting registered, and 3 of us from the same firm ended up on the Institute of Chartered Accountants Council. And during that time, and this is now soon after independence, we were now looking at numbers. And the firms were trying to move away from getting more blacks in, and simply by saying they were not going to recognize the accounting degree at the University of Zimbabwe because the standards had deteriorated, which was ridiculous because at that time the University of Zimbabwe was way ahead of South African universities at undergraduate level.
So this was a way of keeping out
just
the blacks.
To keep blacks out, and you had to finish your 3-year degree, then go and do a diploma with UNISA.
To compete against...
In order to compete against a white guy who has gone at A-level and is doing a part-time degree with South Africa. So we decided that we are not going to allow it to happen, and we set out to change that system. And we, at the meetings which were being held with at the council, we raised this issue and we said it cannot carry on, it's unfair, and it's discriminatory, simply. And the guys were trying to defend it naturally. So in the end, we had to then threaten them with going to government so that they could invoke, change the bylaws which govern the institute, and invoke and actually legislate to say you will take so many blacks. So, and they said, but how do we do it? Because we don't know where they are. And we said, it's simple. Adverts will go out. University of Zimbabwe will have that information. If you want to be enrolled as an articled clerk, you go and put your name with the institute. So we said, that's simple. That can't be difficult. And we said, well, we go to start with 60% blacks. And they were
this is amazing when you talk about this now. Looking back, crazy stuff.
Yeah, and they were reluctant. They thought, no, let's allow fairness, and people will be interviewed and be placed on their merits. So we said, no, there's no merit in this.
There's need to bring
they
more
need
black,
to bring in more blacks, and we said 60%, and it was accepted. And from there, blacks, the firms could only take people who were registered with the institute. And it allowed more blacks to get in, and in no time at all, there were more black students being taken in and qualifying than whites.
And then the profession
changed completely.